See sports chaos, and guess what? It's MLB prediction time, 2025. I know we let a few games go by because we want to test our picks. A couple of us might change, and maybe we won't. We'll see after what happened with the debacle of the Red Sox after winning one and losing the next four. But PB, let's get right into the AL East. Who do you like in the AL East?
Yeah, I mean, I had the Sox already as the front runners to win this division, and after the 1-4 start, it makes me question it. But baseball's a marathon, not a sprint. So look at the offseason moves that they made. I love bringing in some, veterans like Bregman. Have a good combination of young talent. I really like the kid Rafaela in center field or in the outfield, and then Duran as well. I think this team has a nice.
Rafael has to hit though. Last year he played decent, but he didn't show a lot of good bat control at the end of the season, right? So he's going to hit to stay in the
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah. And I know Devers is off to a slow start too there, but you know what? Like I said, it's a marathon there. I like their pitching staff. The acquisition of Crochet, obviously Cy Young contender. And then you look at their, even when you get down to the 4 and 5 guys on that staff, you can put them up against any other 4 and 5 guys. So top to bottom, I love their staff. And I think this team in the long run is gonna hang around. And I think this division potentially could beat up on each other because they're all pretty good teams. So I'm still going to take the Sox to win that division.
Went into this on Friday, or actually on Thursday, before we had the first kick pitch thrown, and I had O's, Yanks, Sox. And then I read ESPN's predictions, and 12 of them said, or 10 of our 12 said, Sox are going to win this thing because some of those moves they made. And I go, well, you know what? I think they're smarter than me. So I've taken the Sox. I'm a little concerned because I know it's a marathon, but I am worried about the way they started out. And I'm not happy about Rafael Devers. Seems to be pouting still too much over not playing third base. He's put on a lot of pounds. He looks a lot chubbier and slower so far. It definitely shows in his swing. I'm concerned. I also didn't pick the Yankees because I thought the loss of Garrett Cole, Juan Soto leaving, was going to be big blows to that team. And then they come out and hit 15 home runs in 3 games, including a Yankee record, 9 friggin' home runs, including 3 in a row on the first pitches of the game on Saturday. That was just mind-boggling, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. And the kid that Wells, the catcher there, I think he's going to be one of the better catchers in the league this year. So yeah, I'm all about that team. I think that I have them as my wild card. I know we haven't got the wild cards yet, but I do have them coming out of the East as a wild card.
What do you got in the what's your order for the East?
Well, I didn't put them in order. I just picked the division winners of my wild cards to make the
Okay.
playoffs. But
I got
I,
Sox, Yanks,
I,
Baltimore, Blue Jays, and Rays.
I would agree with that probably. I mean, the Rays always seem to find scrappy ways to hang around, but I like that. I'd go with the same thing. Yeah.
I think, by the way, ESPN Bet has this the only division where all 5 teams will be within 8 games of each other at the end of the year.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. They're going to beat up each other. So you can win that division with maybe 94 wins or something like that.
All right, so you get the Sox winning. We'll get wild card in a minute. Sox winning this division. Let's go to the Central. Who do you like? This here's another one I did a flip on as well. Who do you like
Yeah.
in the Central?
Yeah. I was tough on this one too. I ended up in the end with Detroit though. Almost for the same reasons as the Sox. I like their staff. I like their combination of, the talent and veterans and young kids. Schoolable again, another probably Cy Young contender is going to be the ace of that staff. I just think they've come a long way in the last couple of years, and I think this is their year to shine through. So I got the Tigers winning.
Well, that's where I did a flip as well. I had the Tigers on Wednesday night. As of Thursday morning, I went back and read the ESPN predictions. I'm going with KC with Bobby Witt Jr., potential MVP winner this year. And by the way, I did not put Detroit second. I actually had Minnesota in second and Detroit sliding to third, not by much, followed by Cleveland.
Okay. I think I actually have Kansas City finishing second and getting in as a wild card. So I do like Kansas City as well. And that's where I was between Kansas City and Detroit. So I agree with you with everything you said about Bobby Witt. I like Mikel, the second baseman, too. I think he's going to be a prize play this year.
All right, and then by the way, I believe KC has that pitcher, Cole Hagens. Do I have his name right? That's going to be potential.
Reagan's, yeah.
Riggins, yeah. So he's
Reagan's,
a
yeah.
potential. He's a wild card for the Cy Young as well. They're saying so. They get a batter, they get a pitcher. We'll see. All right, let's go out to the West again. One more flip by Zeke. And it was based all on one thing. What I saw out of the opening series with the Red Sox.
Yeah, and a lot of people are picking Texas, and there's good reasons for it. And I just think that they're the team to beat right now. I think this is going to be the year Houston doesn't even make the playoffs. I don't even have them in as a wild card. But I do have Texas winning that division.
PB. So I had originally Houston, followed by Texas, and third. And my swap out was based on this. Bregman's gone. Kyle Tucker's gone. Those are two big players removed from that lineup. They actually now have Altuve playing left field. That's a concern. Never in his life. He's in his 30s. He's moving off to left field. He's a good athlete. I think he'll be all right, but still a concern. I'm going Rangers. I like Seattle in second because they got pitching still, and I think Julio Rodriguez has a big bounce back this year. And I'm with you. Houston's not anywhere near the playoff. By the way, my sleeper team, the Athletics, could surprise us and surpass Houston.
Hey, that's who I have as my wild card.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me your wild cards then.
I got them as my wild card. So I got Boston, Detroit, Texas as your winners. My three wild cards are the Yankees, the Royals, and the A's.
The Orioles and, believe it or not, Seattle.
Okay, so you got the Yankees, Baltimore, and Seattle. Huh?
Yep.
And you got Boston, KC,
Texas winning and KC winning.
All right. Okay.
All right. Let's go over the NL. Stay with the East as well. Another flopperoo as of Friday from my Wednesday night predictions. What do you got in the NL East?
I gotta go Philly. I think they're just the strongest team when you look at the lineup, the pitching staff, aced by Zach Wheeler, who's a stud and a potential, Cy Young candidate there in the National League. I do like the Braves. I think the Braves, when you look at like talent and payroll, especially, and everything else, and Acuna coming back from injury, and the expectations they have for Michael Harris Jr. and everything else going on there. Some of the acquisitions they made, although Jerickson Profar was suspended for 80 games yesterday, and he was supposed to be a key piece at the top of that lineup. That could hurt them a little bit.
A little bit, PB. Not only is he suspended for 8 games in the regular season, he's automatically ineligible for the playoffs.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah, that's gonna make it hard.
That's gonna be huge. I mean, it doesn't stop me from picking them to win that division. I got them winning that division.
You do?
Pitching.
Okay.
Yep. I got the winning division. I got Philly second. I got the Mets, who spent all that money, $785 million for Soto by himself, followed by the Nats and Marlins. But I do like those three. And much like the NL East, AL East, surprise, surprise, I've got 3 teams coming out of this for the playoffs when we get down to that in a minute. But I got Braves winning.
Another guy that's going to have to help them, he pitched 1 or 2 games last year and then blew out his shoulder or his elbow, whatever, is Spencer Strider.
That's the other thing. He's coming back
he's
along with Chris Sale. That's a tough 1-2 punch.
It is, and if they can if they can win 15 to 20 games apiece and get in some innings, and that could be a scary team. So I could see why you picked them, even with Profar being suspended for the 80 games plus the playoffs. But I think Philly's the strongest team in that division.
Last year the Braves lost Acuna, and Profile kind of covered. This year, as long as Acuna stays healthy, I think he makes up for that difference at the end of the day. So I don't see Philly missing a beat. I mean, Atlanta missing a beat, but you're right. Philly's going to be right there. I initially had them as my pick, but I'm going Braves number 1 in that division.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the Central. This one's going to be interesting. I did not make a swap in this. I stayed with my first pick all along. Who do you got?
I got the Cubs, and the reason why I think they did what they had to do in the offseason. They picked up one of the top 10 players in baseball in Kyle Tucker. Pitching staff is solid. I think they're just a team that is going to hang around and and beat up on other teams. That division too is a little bit on the weaker side, so they should run away with it, I think.
The second in that division, Milwaukee. And much like the A's in the AL, my wild card over here in the NL is the Reds with Terry Francona coming back. And
All
he's
right.
got one. When we talk about our MVP picks, they got Ellie De La Cruz, who's already off to a torrid start with Francona. We'll see. Followed by the Pirates and Cards. I had a hard time initially putting the Pirates behind the Reds, but I believe in Terry Francona with the Pirates having Paul Skenes. That's a tough to pick, but I'm going Reds third place. Anyways, Pirates followed by Cards. So, but
All right.
Cubs, I'm with you in the Cubs. All right, let's go out the West. I mean,
It's the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers by all rights should win the World Series again this year, as far as I'm concerned. Like until you prove me otherwise, they're like the team to beat. They're just stacked and loaded talent wise across the board. So to me, it's an easy pick with the Dodgers.
yeah, I got Dodgers followed by, believe it or not, I did flip on this one. I got Padres now over D-backs, followed by Giants and Rockies.
Okay, I do have the D-backs getting in as a wild card. So I got the Phillies, the Cubs, and the Dodgers as my division winners. I got the Braves, the D-backs, and the Pirates as my wild card.
Pirates in the playoff?
Yep, I got the Braves, D-backs, and Pirates.
Got them fourth in the division, which is a division I don't see anybody else but the winner coming out of it for the playoffs. I got Philly, Mets, and Padres. I'm giving the Padres one last chance with the lineup they have to finally do something.
All right.
All right, before we go make some playoff predictions, let's get into your MVP. Who do you like as the MVP winner in the AL?
Oof. AL MVP, huh? I got to go Bobby Witt Jr.
I got a couple guys to think about for a second. I got Bobby Witt, obviously Aaron Judge, right? But a guy who's coming up on his contract year, playing up in the north, a guy
Vlad?
that can go off, Vlad Guerrero. Yes, I mean he's playing for money right now. He saw what fellow countryman Juan Soto got. He's you never know. I'm going to go Bobby Witt Jr. as well. But and by the way, Aaron Judge is not missing a beat at this point in time, right? So all
Yep.
three are going to be contenders, I think, all season long. It should be interesting.
Yep.
And by the way, Julio Rodriguez, I mentioned a few minutes ago, healthy again for Seattle. Here's another
He's
guy. If
another.
they're going to make the playoffs, that's another one that could carry him, right?
I agree with you 100%.
All right, let's go to the NL MVP. I mean, it looks like it's an open and closed book, but I don't think so. I mean, we're going to say Shohei all day long,
Yeah.
but Soto's going to be there. Mookie on LA as well is going to be there, in my opinion.
Ellie De La
Bryce
Cruz.
Philly and Ellie De La Cruz, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few guys there that, could I mean, Shohei is just, if you want to just take the easy short bet, right? You pick Shohei, but I would love to see one of those other guys contend.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if they have a comeback player anymore in baseball, but for me, it would be Mike Trout. I get a feeling Mike Trout finishes the year and he's the comeback player of the year.
All right. I like that.
All right. Hey, Cy Young. What do you like for Cy Young in the American League?
Man, I think Crochet for the Red Sox will be there. I think Scooble will be there for the Tigers. I think Cole Reagans, as you had mentioned, could be there for the Royals.
You mentioned my top three.
Those are my top three. If I had to pick one, I'd go Scooble. But
I'm with Scooble as well. Yeah, from Detroit. All right, out in the NL. This one's, I think it's going to be tighter than people think. Everybody's already got Paul Skenes penciled in, I believe.
yeah.
But I think Shelby stays healthy, could rebound. Spencer Strider as well. Zach
Yeah.
Wheeler on Philadelphia, which you need him to be an ace to win your prediction. And then Corbin Burns is Corbin Burns, right? So who do you like?
Yeah, I like Zach Wheeler out of all those guys. I just think he's going to have the kind of year that's going to take him to that Cy Young. Skenes, great rookie year. Is it sustainable? Right? Is his pitching style sustainable? He did pick up another pitch in the offseason.
Yes.
So I believe it's a sinker or something. He picked up another pitch, but
I think it was
I don't
Sinker,
know.
yes.
Yeah, or a split finger or something like that. But he's the kind of guy that you would just say, yeah, just pencil him in because of the dominance he had last year. But he could have those, he could be like the CJ Stroud of Major League Baseball this year. And, he could be, right? And not live up to expectations. So I like Wheeler's just been kind of a money man for many years now. And I think he's just kind of getting better and better.
Staying with Skenes because he needs to have a good year to keep his much too hot for him girlfriend, Livy Dunn. So he's going to win the Cy Young for that.
The LSU gymnast.
Rookie of the year. Who do you like in the AL?
For rookie of the year?
Yeah.
Uh,
I got a couple for you. I got Jackson Joe from Detroit, the pitcher. A lot of stuff. And you need him if you got Detroit winning it. But believe me. Second baseman, Christian Campbell from the Sox, started the year so far as a second baseman. And the guy I kind of like a lot is the kid that they made a big deal about making the lineup on Houston, third baseman. I think he's third baseman, Cam Smith.
Yeah. All right. What about the third baseman for Tampa? Is he a rookie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Camarino or something like that, his name is?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure he's a rookie, but
Hey, by the way, the NL Rookie of the Year candidates, for me, it's a three-horse race. Everybody's got Roki Sasaki, the pitcher from the Dodgers, penciled in. I got two other names for you. A kid named Matt Shaw from Boston area. Looks like he could be a player. And then the one I'm picking, Dylan Cruz from the Washington Nationals. I just remember him playing in the college playoffs. He was dynamite in the College World Series. I got Dylan Cruz. I believe, yes, the Nationals he's playing for. So that's my pick.
All right.
All right, give me a playoffs. Who's playing for the ALCS?
ALCS, I'm gonna go. Let's go Red Sox, Tigers.
Ooh. I was so close to saying Sox. I'm concerned after what I saw. I'm going Yankees, Texas.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, NL. Who do you got in the NLCS?
Dodgers. Let's go Dodgers, Cubs.
Well, I talked about Philadelphia a few minutes ago. You're not going for the
I know.
rematch, huh?
I know. Yep. Nope.
I
Dodgers,
got Philadelphia Dodgers.
All right.
And I got Yanks Dodgers again in the World Series with Dodgers repeating.
All right. I'm going to do Red Sox Dodgers with the Dodgers repeating.
That's a good pick. I mean, I want to pick the Sox, but I'm just concerned what I've seen so far to start the season. We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. All right, man. That's our predictions. MLB. Talk to you soon. We're going to do some football stuff pretty soon again, right? With some of the free agency moves and draft coming up in less than 3 weeks, right?
Draft in 3 weeks. And we also have to do our NBA and NHL playoff predictions because the playoffs will be set. PB is going to be out of the country for the next couple of weeks. So when I come back, actually, the night I come back is the last game of the season for the Panthers. I know that. So the playoffs will be starting later that week, probably. So we're going to have to do a show when I come back on the hockey playoff predictions.
Runaway winner, and it hasn't even been finished yet in our pool is Z.
Yep.
Although in the other pool we're in, the money pool, I can't believe that the points went up to 80 in the Elite Eight. I lost one game. One guy wins all four, and he is now ahead of me after being behind by 60 points.
Yeah, and I'm in third in that league now. I don't know if you looked, but I'm in third.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking like I was ready for the money.
I need a Houston. If it's a Houston, Florida final with Florida winning, then I'll win the pool.
Okay.
But
I
that's
get Duke, Florida with Duke winning.
And then I think you should still be in the money if that happens.
No, the guy that moved in front of me is with Duke to win it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got that going on. We got the playoffs, like we said. We have to do our mock draft too. So we're gonna have to double up, I think, down here at the end of April on shows.
Have a good trip.
All right. Thanks, man. See you.